Dude, Logan Paul doesn't know anything about business. Just listening to him talk to Alex, I'm like, he pushes the content and operators come in.
I just love wearing robes. I hate clothes. Second thing, it was like my pledge against a 9-to-5.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to do a 9-to-5. That. I'm going to wear a robe every day.
Declan OReilly, the Go High-Level Wizard and AI automation strategist.
Building self-selling systems that let entrepreneurs close deals without calls.
And scaling his high-level agency with cutting-edge AI and proven sales pipelines.
On average, how do you acquire a customer?
So right now, YouTube has been crushing.
Really?
That's what I'm doing right now, and it's clearly working. My trials and leads are going like this. I mean, I was third on the leaderboard last month.
A lot of content creators, they don't understand business. They get all these views. They don't know how to monetize
so
it.
Interesting that you say that, because so many of the people that I'm beating right now are that exactly.
Right. 100 million views would cost me millions in ad spend. Millions. So it's like, I get that for free, and then I can call all the leads and email them and text them. So
people look for things that take forever, and then no one buys their. Go for the immediate, and you'll sell way more people.
So Declan, you're known as the Go High-Level Wizard. What's the story behind that?
So yeah, that's a long one. So it actually, I used to just make regular YouTube videos, and I wasn't a wizard. And then I started wearing robes, and there's a whole story behind that. They called me the Robe Master. Okay. And then from there, somebody in my community just said, "You know what, man? You're the GHL Wizard, the Go High-Level Wizard," and that's just what it became. And
then is that kind of just you started wearing the robes after that? Is that just become part of your brand?
Well, what's interesting about the robes is when I quit my job in 2020, the whole, I guess, point of wearing a robe. At first, I just love wearing robes. I hate clothes. Second thing, it was like my pledge against a 9-to-5.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not going to do a 9-to-5. That. I'm going to wear a robe every day. And at first, it was just like, whatever. But it became like this shtick where I'd wear it for my videos. Then it just became a thing. And now I have a collection of about 13. So.
Okay, so before the the business and all the AI stuff you do, what would you say was your biggest struggle, and then how did you break through that?
So that's a great question. So as I think a lot of people do in the online space, when you first get started, you try a bunch of stuff. I mean, you probably have the same story, the shotgun approach. I tried e-com, originally tried affiliate marketing. We'll get to that later. Tried coaching, tried marketing agent. I mean, I just tried for the first 2 years a bunch of random stuff. But in about 2021, 2022, I really had some traction with my marketing agency back in the day. And that's kind of what launched me into this. And then after a while, a couple years of, winning awards, having a lot of testimonials, actually helping people out and having, real case studies. What I then moved on to do was more the affiliate marketing side, which is go high level, the YouTube channel. Because what I see a lot of people do online, I think this is their big mistake, is they've never actually walked the walk. Like I've done the agent thing. I've done the cold calling. I've done the door-to-door. Like I've done all of the selling, the ads. Like I've done it, and then I gave them the system that I used. Right. Where a lot of people in the high-level space, it's not a knock against him, but the vast majority of them, they're just content creators.
Right.
They've never sold a local business on, any AI chatbot, any local SEO, anything like that ever. I have. So it was that thing where I took that, and from there, it's just been.
So what was the reason for the switch? So for people listening, when he says ad agency, ads, marketing, like you're doing kind of like you're running their ad campaigns. And now I'm assuming you're switching just to kind of setting up their go high levels and doing their back end operations. So what kind of made you switch, and then like what was kind of the transition to that? Like what made that come about?
So you saying from like SaaS to more affiliate kind of?
Yeah. Like, well, and I guess, because I guess what you're really selling at this point is like you're selling them on Go High Level as an affiliate. So yeah, what was kind of the switch from going from an ad agency, so to speak, and then you switched over to really just selling Go High Level as an affiliate? Great question,
Tanner. So really big problem that I saw with a lot of this stuff is like with ads, especially Facebook ads, platforms always changing. Creative. I mean, I'm not the best at ads, but I just noticed that was something that was like, we'd be able to do some stuff with, one client, and then it just would it was just really turbulent. But what I realized was something like high level, it's that all-in-one platform, especially when they add AI into it. We're not going to talk about that just yet, where you can take a business and solve almost every one of their core problems. Obviously, ads can be an upsell. But from there, the reputation management, the CRM, the AI chatbots, the automations, you have all that stuff. You can basically do anything a brick and mortar business could do. And it just became a much stickier offer. And then the affiliate side, that was more for agencies. So that's a whole other thing. But just for local businesses in general, like just trying to sell ads or SEO, like it's great. And there's people that have done it. But with Go High Level, you can basically run their business, and the churn is just so much lower.
Interesting. So when you sell them like you're selling them Go High Level as an affiliate. So like, do you actually do fulfillment outside of that as well? Or like, I'm under the impression when you sell that, like they do the fulfillment.
So that's for affiliate, which has been taken off like crazy. I have done the whole SaaS thing. I actually just won the diamond, or not the diamond, the platinum.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah, the platinum. And that was for helping hair salons, law firms. And that kind of those niches.
Where you do handle some of that fulfillment.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Yeah. Because so you're doing both.
Yes. Yes. Now I am going to be moving more towards the affiliate, because at this point I've solved so much stuff with the agency. Obviously I could scale it, but I have to take in more people.
Right, of course.
Margins go. With affiliate right now, it's moving so quick, and I have the community with the most testimonials of anyone in the high level space.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm going towards.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, and then it's like, it's just sales and marketing at that point, because you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. And then the cool thing too, Tanner, is I'm taking that exact same system that I use to scale up law firms, hair salons, and I'm just giving it to my affiliates.
Interesting.
So they're getting
so you have like an affiliate army that do they use your affiliate link and
they don't, they're under me, but they're using my same system that I use to scale my agency. Because what a lot of these guys do, and again, not a knock on anyone, they're either watching a video and just throwing some stuff together, or they're basically using a system that hasn't been tested. Like I've done the things I've said, and then I'm giving that exact thing to them. Do you get it? I'm curious, when they're under you, do you get a little percentage of what they make? So like say $2 on every affiliate deal they get, or does it not work that way? So high level is only 2-tiered, I believe. Okay. So that's what they're doing. Great question, by the way, because a lot of people get mixed up on that. The affiliate program is for someone's high-level account. Right. Then they can have sub-accounts under that. Understood, yeah. So they would have as many businesses as they want. Now, I wouldn't get anything off that unless I did some sort of fulfillment deal. Okay. But that's basically how that part would work. So it's like you get something off them, but not under like the other accounts. No, that's all. Got it. Okay, cool. So how much do you get off just them being under you, though? Is it just like the typical commission? Like the affiliate is 40%. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Which is pretty. And then I believe there's a second tier, which is 5 or 10%. That's so interesting how Go High Level does that, because I guess they have the affiliate, which makes sense, but then they also have the agency where you pay $497, you keep it all. Yeah. And that's kind of what we did, and that's the part that really I was impressed with, because even at like ClickFunnels before, we would use that before, and they would take, let's say 30%, 40%, no matter how you set it up. Like you could set up other people on it, but they would still take a cut. It's interesting how. I think that's what made Go High Level grow so fast. Dude, I'm telling you, High Level is the best software I've ever seen. And it's not just because, it's powerful. There's more powerful software, so let's just say that. Yeah. But the community and the support, like their affiliate managers, the people on there, dude, you can hit them up on a Sunday at 3:49 and they'll respond right back. Dude, I'm on it. Hey, my landing page broke, or this or that. Like, I've never seen a company with the amount of support, effort, dedication they've put in, like Sean Vroon and Rand. Well, yeah, and the three CEOs are all developers, and then I think two of them are Indian, and so I'm just assuming they get a lot of developers from India for cheap, and that probably helps them tremendously. Their whole team is Indian. Right, versus having like a $60,000 per year salary or more in America. They could probably get someone in India for like $10K or something. And these guys also love it. Yeah. They think this is like, they're like, oh my God, this is the funnest thing ever. It's like a raise. Yeah, it's like a raise. I don't know if India is the same, but when I was in Dubai, there was a lot of people who came over there and they were making like $2-3 an hour in their home country. Dubai would pay $6, and they thought it was like the best thing since sliced bread. I'm like, $6 an hour. It was crazy. That's hilarious. So, in some of your workshops, I've seen you talk about, turning businesses into like selling machines without sales calls, so self-selling machines, I should say. Like what even convinced you that was possible? And then is it possible? And then what types of businesses are you usually promoting to do that? Yeah, really, this is something I'm pushing really heavy right now. It's called an AI smart website. Okay. Now you can pick it apart and add stuff. What I've noticed is with basic brick and mortar businesses, by the way, when I say that, I just mean like law firms, HVAC, you get what I'm saying, service businesses. Yeah. There's a couple core things they need to run their business. Obviously, you got to have contacts coming in and out. You got to have some sort of form of reputation management, which is local SEO, and then basically 24/7 sales and support, and then a place to find people. And with an AI smart website, which I've already built these out, they're prepackaged, done for you. You can have them for free on my YouTube channel. When you go there and you plug that in through a snapshot, you can basically have the AI voice agents to answer sales calls and customer support 24/7, no holidays. You have the text-based support that's WhatsApp, text, email, all the text you could possibly want. And then the website with the forms and everything to capture them. So just from that alone, you can pretty much solve all of their problems. And you can set that up in under 5 minutes. I've even timed myself. Well, and I mean, I would say for most companies, they're not even doing some of that. So even having it would be better than nothing. Yes. Hypothetically, if you had someone who was doing those things all with humans versus the AI, like would the AI be
80% as good, 90%, 50%? Is it hard to say? Does it vary?
It's getting better, dude.
Really?
It's getting to the point where it's literally better than humans.
Interesting.
Because a big thing I've realized, and when I talk to people, I have to like explain this to them. I will be like, hey, the AI agent, this will go in the answer sales calls. And they might be like, hey, this isn't going to be as good as a human. Well, it's like, it's not going to be as good as maybe Sally, your best rep you've ever had. But Tim, Mary, and all the rest of the people you had that sucked, it's going to be better than them. And I think that's the mistake people make with AI is like right now, even though it's getting better, is like the vast majority of humans doing customer front, not a knock on humans, but they don't really care about their job. That's the sad part. It's like the AI does. It's going to do whatever you ask it.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you're
cheaper.
When you're helping businesses with this, I guess I don't know even if like you can control this because you're just the one setting it up, but like how can you make it so it sounds less robotic, more human-like? Is it just kind of giving the AI time to catch up, or is there something you can actually do as you're setting it up that's like, I don't know, for example, you could say like, hey, make sure, you pause after this, or like if you're messaging someone, follow up, 3 times within a 24-hour window. I don't know, like I'm just trying to think out loud, because some people probably who are listening to this might go, I don't know, like it's going to sound robotic. And like I don't know what things they would say, but sometimes people will say like, oh, it pauses too long. Or if it's a DM, it says something weird and generic. Like, I guess like, is it just giving AI time to catch up, or is there actual stuff you do that it's like makes it more human-like, so to speak?
Yeah, this is a question I get so often because people complain. They're like, oh, it's not first. They're most likely using something outdated. That's the first thing. The second big thing is it's self-learning.
Oh,
so it'll take FAQs, it'll put it in the database. Basically, all you have to do, especially for high levels AI agents, is you first have to pick your voice, which they have an amazing 11 Labs partnership where something like that.
I'm familiar with 11
and the
Labs,
voices sound amazing. I mean, you can get almost. I mean, there's a voice called German scientist.
Yeah,
like who the hell needs a German scientist? But that's the concept. But then you have just some basic prompt engineering that anyone can do if you have ChatGPT, and from there you're getting something that sounds amazing.
Yeah. So with 11 Labs, at least what I've heard in there, I know there's other companies, but to me, it sounds good enough to do customer service. But like, I'm not sure if it's quite, maybe even set calls. I'm not sure if it's quite there yet for a full sales call, like a 60-minute call. Would you agree with that? Or
I would agree with you.
Okay.
It's not. Well, it depends on what you're using. If you're using the most advanced thing, maybe. I think the only problem is it might be able to do one, but to get to do it again, maybe not. But it will get there.
Yeah,
it'll
100%
get there.
It's just a matter of time. I think. Even in 10 years, my brother-in-law does a lot of coding, and I think, it's going to change the game where like in 10 years, it's going to be so easy for anyone to code. Like I almost feel like it might make the tech space similar to info where, anyone can like launch a course, anyone can launch an app, and that'll be interesting because right now there's a higher barrier of entry. Even with AI now, it's like you still need some developers and stuff like that. I think in 10 years, potentially, you could be like, yeah, I want to make this app and it does this. And like, there'll be so 100%. Much, it'd be interesting to see, to be quite honest.
Well, that's what I've been telling everyone on YouTube, on my live streams. I'm like, get in on this now.
Yeah. Because
there's going to come a point where everyone has the same weapons, dude. And you cannot compete with that.
You've been in business, how long now? 5 years?
About 5. Yeah.
So it's interesting because I'm in year 8 and to actually see an economic cycle where, I started like around 2017 and, just from then to now, ads are a lot more expensive. It's a lot harder. There's less trust. Like it's interesting because now that I've seen it, I'm like, oh, this is why people go out of business, because most people, once the economy changes, they don't adjust. And so kind of like what you said, people are adjusting now, and then in 10 years, you got to do it again. And then you got to do it again. And I think the killers will do it, but a lot of people won't. And I think that's why they go out of business. So a question I'm sure the listeners have is, in your view, what parts of business can you not automate? And then what parts can you automate? So obviously there's stuff you're talking about automation, but is there anything where you're like, I really don't think you should automate that quite yet, or maybe ever?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Obviously not counting the future, because I think AI at one point in very, whatever future will be able to do everything. But that's always the Terminator.
Well, our girlfriends will be AI at some point.
Right.
There'll definitely be some guys with some AI girlfriends that are like, yeah, we always get along.
I actually, not to go on a side tangent, bro, I think that's going to actually be huge in the next 3 years.
Oh, no.
Because so many guys are already so lonely, and
I agree.
They have, they're out of shape, they don't have any money, that is going to be it's going to destroy.
I know, and
no one's going to have kids.
I think at first, so I think at first it'll be I think maybe at first it'll be very obvious, like it'll kind of be very robotic looking type things. But then I think there'll come a point maybe 10, 20 years from now where it's like, it looks like a literal human and you can't even tell per se. And I agree with you because like some guys will say, oh man, I got to deal with the real girl and she has all these feelings and emotion. Like this girl, she does whatever I want. Like, it's funny. And I'm curious to see what will happen with society because I do agree with you. Like obviously like probably having kids will go down, but I mean, some guys it's kind of funny. Like they won't want to put in the work and effort, I don't think, to have like a real relationship. So, there'll probably be drawbacks to that because I think a lot of things in life like is on the other side of hard work. But I agree with you. It's like kind of a funny reality, but it's going to definitely come, I think.
100%. Well, that's the thing. You said hard work. They're going to bypass. Like, why do I have to work hard to get this chick when I can get an AI 10 that doesn't talk bad to me? And it's like, you can't beat that.
There'll be guys who are like, yo, is she real or AI? Be honest. Yeah. And guys are like, oh, she's real for sure. Right. But anyways, that's a totally random tangent. So you've shared strategies from what I saw for like unlimited leads using high level and outreach methods. What would you say is your top lead gen channel right now?
Dude, this is such a good question because one of the interesting things I'm seeing, and I'm telling everyone I'm prepping them, I think that in the very near future, and it's already happening now, but in person and tangible marketing will only get bigger and bigger because no one trusts anything online anymore. I mean, you've probably seen these Jake Paul videos. You literally can't believe it looks real. Yeah. With the AI chatbots, all of the stuff that's going to happen with the email marketing, everything, people are not going to believe anything digital. Yeah, maybe there's some verification system, but what's going to happen is like networking, I hate to say door knocking, but door knocking, in-person things, direct mail campaigns. I'm telling you, man, because everyone's going to shut off parts of like the I don't believe this when if they can get stuff physical, I think it's going to crush. I think because I'm already seeing a lot of students in my community that are like going out and doing stuff like that, like maybe a door-to-door networking and being nice.
Really,
they're killing it.
Interesting. So your answer to that question is actually doing more kind of human-like
100%
manual effort. Interesting.
Because
really.
People, especially, you've seen this too with the info space.
Yeah.
People don't believe marketers anymore.
No,
like,
bro,
they
the trust is at an all-time low. In fact, like I would say now, I have other businesses and companies, et cetera, but like, I mean, you got to do a 5-day challenge. You got to do all these lives. You got to add in all this stuff because like they just don't, watch a VSL book a call by anymore. Nope. They just don't.
And it's only going to get more like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And if you can go in person, I've seen this with my students. Like I have testimonials on YouTube of this exact thing. They go in person and it's like the trust is like the wall's down and the trust is immediately there.
What's the pitch on average? So I'm an agency owner. I go into a local brick and mortar business, knock on the door, walk in. Is it just more like, hey, I will do this for you for free? And then at the end of 30 days, like what would be the average pitch?
You immediately demo. Show, don't tell. This is again, and this is not me just hyping myself up, but I have in the high level space more testimonials and case studies than anyone else. And there's a reason for this because I give them the exact stuff that worked for me. And one of the things that I go over with everyone is I'm like, stop using pitch decks. Stop trying to use some weird sales tech because it's outdated. People just go, okay, we've heard this before from the other 1,900 marketers that hit us up. I tell them, show, don't tell. Pull up an AI chatbot, put their number in, start having it work right there. Have them call it right there, or you can do this over Zoom, however you want. Have them really see how it will work for their customers. And then all you have to do is go, listen, dude, I'm not even asking for money. Take it for free, 14 days, try it. And here's what's interesting. If you can solve a real problem on a free trial, not you're in this heat grid on SEO, like you really helped them. Yeah. You then all you have to do is just turn off what you have on and they will come to you and then the ball's in your court for the sales. And I say this, I know Hermosi has that whole saying, I know he didn't make it up, but give people an offer so good they can't refuse. I have a saying that is give them a service so good that when you leave, they will kill themselves. No, I know that's very dramatic. I'm visceral, but the concept is very interesting because if you have their phone or their phone lines being answered, you have their text being answered, you take care of all of that stuff. As soon as your free trial ends and you are actually solving their problem, what's going to happen? Are they just going to go, okay, now let's pay the guy we just fired to answer, or I'm going to take all this time? No, it's immediate pain.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that's what I've been having everyone do, and it's been crushing.
Do most of these businesses not have anything set up, or would you say they have stuff set up and it's like, this is better? I'm assuming most don't even have a setup.
They don't, or they have one person working.
That's crazy,
That's
bro.
just not, I mean, that's the opportunity though, Tanner, is so many people aren't doing it.
Yeah.
But on top of that, the people that are doing it, it's terrible. And we have big electrical companies near me, and there is so many problems. I'm like, oh, the weekend, my lights went out. You call them, no one answers. Just having an AI chatbot on the weekends. If you don't even want to fire your employees, just the weekends, dude, that's got to be 6 figures in sales a year just from that, because you're missing out on all that stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, because like a lot of times with the experience I've had in business now, I always think, man, if you can take internet marketing skills and move them into non-internet marketing businesses, it crushes, because they don't do any of it.
Yep.
Like it's like foreign to them in an industry where, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like common sense. It's just crazy to see how many businesses they don't have like simple setups. Like, I mean, even you're talking about AI, but just like even just doing it like a text automation, like just that, like not even AI where it can think. It's just like, do you have simple setups? It's crazy to think how many businesses don't have it, and you just add it in and they get an immediate ROI just because of that. Right?
Immediate ROI is the key point there.
Yeah.
People look for things that take forever, and then no one buys their
Yeah.
Go for the immediate, and you'll sell way more people.
So, like just in general, talking about your business, how do you get your customers in general, right? Like, so just, I think for the listeners, they always like to understand, like, okay, like I understand kind of what your business does. You do some agency work. You also do the affiliate work. On average, how do you acquire a customer?
So right now, YouTube has been crushing.
Really?
YouTube is, I'm telling you, I tell everyone this, it's the gold mine of all gold mines. Right. The only platform that, you know, pays really well for ad revenue, right. And it tower content. It ranks forever.
Yeah.
Unlike other stuff,
which I do love that, because you can have a video 3 years old and people are still watching it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's goated. Yeah. For the agency at this point, I mostly have referral systems and just upsells I work on. I used to run a lot of ads. I kind of am kind of coasting. I don't want to say coasting, but what do you call it when you're driving and you
just kind of like laying off the gas, I guess?
No. The thing you put on.
I know what you're talking about. The I can't think of it either, but it's like it just keeps the car at that same pace. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't.
I don't know why I'm blanking on that.
Same.
But that kind of concept. Okay. And then for affiliate, it's just YouTube.
Interesting. So really your social media game is really bringing the most of it.
YouTube is insane. I mean, I know people with close to 7x the YouTube subs, and I'm making 7x more than they are.
Yeah,
like it's so weird. It is something that a lot of the high-level affiliates told me, and I never believed it until I did it, and it's like I've never seen anything like it.
So I'm assuming, well, obviously because of how you're selling it, would you get that just an average person who wants to make more money type mentality, or is it a lot of freelancers that you get more of?
Are you saying that join under my affiliate?
Yeah, like kind of like, are they like, do they kind of view it as maybe like a business owner where they're like, oh, this is a way for me to make money and start a business? Or is it just more like maybe freelancers who are like, you know, they already do some type of like service. Maybe they do emails or they set up automations, but like they want to like add more to the repertoire. I'm just trying to think of like who your average client would be.
A lot of the time it's agency owners, but it's also people wanting to be agency owners, which are the classic, like make money online.
Right,
people.
Of course.
So it's kind of bridging into that too. But what I've been seeing a lot recently is just people trying to use AI properly. Because I mean, I'm telling you, AI is the biggest thing we've ever seen ever, unless we don't know what happened in the past. But like that is literally and everyone wants part of it.
So your average YouTube video, is it more talking about how to go high level software, or is it more talking about like, hey, this is the way you can make money, be an agency and put this software in their company, or maybe it's a mix?
It's a mix.
Okay.
It's like for basic stuff, it's like how to use high level, which a lot of people love, the basic how-tos. Yeah. But then it's like strategy, because a lot of people just say, hey, here's how to build, an AI voice agent. But now it's like, here's how to use the right prompts to build an AI voice agent that does X. It's like you get more dialed into certain things.
So because your business is mostly organic, like what metrics do you watch closely in terms of scaling your business? Is it like your video output? Is it the views? Because, most companies, if they're running with ads, they're like cost per lead, cost per call, that type of thing. Like, do you look at different stuff?
That's interesting. I just judge it by trials generated and obviously affiliate revenue on that side. Because what's interesting is you'll notice that, and this is kind of weird because this is the high level metrics. I'm trying to think of a way to say this where it doesn't. Because it's not like basic Facebook. Sure, it's something different. But like a good indicator is, so on the high level dashboard, you have leads, which is someone who did not start a free trial but opted in, and then you have someone that started a free trial, and then you have someone that paid. There's really three stages. And
can they opt in and not do a free trial?
Yes,
well? Okay.
yes, that's a lead.
Interesting.
But a free trial is someone put their credit card and they started their free trial. So obviously a good month is when you have a ton of trials, because the next month is good. But the more leads you get is kind of the metric to know where you're going. Then if you put those on the right videos and track, you go, this video did really well. This video, like my AI videos crush always. So I just do more.
Like when you say AI videos, is it you talking about AI or like literally AI video? Like
no. Yeah. It's me showing how to use Go High Levels AI tools.
Interesting, man. And I assume there's just a huge, like I don't know that market specifically, but I just in my head, I just always think anytime you can do like I would consider like B2C, like the average consumer, and you can make content for that person, that can always do really well, because most people who see it is a fit for it, versus if you're like, hey, are you a business owner who makes $20,000 a month? You automatically isolate a lot of your audience. That's interesting. And like, again, I mean, what made you want to get into this to start? Maybe you already mentioned it, but like, I'm just trying to think, when I see someone doing something, have some success, like what made you want to do this? Like, is there anything specific?
Yeah. Do you mean just like making money online, or just like the high level?
What you do, the high level thing. Like what made you like get into that? Was it just you saw a lot of people successful with it? Like for me, I started in fitness, and the reason I started in fitness is I've done fitness my whole life, and they're like, you should start in fitness. I was like, done, right? So was there anything specific that made you go down this route specifically? Like, and when I say this route, the Go High Level thing, right? Because it's very specific, but like you're really deep in it now. So I'm like, well, why not this? Why not that? There's a million things, especially with that type of audience, you can push, right? So like, why this?
This is an interesting one. So it started off as being a really good service to offer. Okay. The second thing I started to notice, and this is where I really went all in with high level in general, and just the whole AI space, is it was the only group I could find anywhere online that even the people that were so small can killing. I'm telling you, everyone else had to have 1 million followers. This really good at ads. It was the only group, and it wasn't just one guy. It was like hundreds of people that were like printing dollars
you're
with
the
nothing.
Second guy that, at least I met another guy who was at 100,000 a month. He's like, yeah, I just do YouTube, and I was like that's very rare, especially when you're selling a product. Like, what? It's $97 a month.
I'm telling you, it's weird. I can't quite explain it. You just experience it. Like, I'm trying to break down like data points I can show people, but you just see it, you get into it, and you're like, this is too easy. So it's weird. It's almost like you feel like you're like doing some illegal shit. Like, how does this work? Like,
so going back to my original question with like, you're trying to scale, is it just you pumping out more videos really? Like, or because everything's pretty much organic, would it just be like, if you wanted to scale right now, hypothetically, would you just literally pump out more YouTube videos, or would there be anything else specific you would do?
That's what I'm doing right now. And it's clearly working. My trials and leads are going like this. And I was, I think, third on the leaderboard last month.
Wow.
I'm going to be, this month I have to be close to 2. But one of the things I'm realizing with this whole thing is like, it's like that whole Alex Hormozy thing where he talks about like the pie fallacy, where it's like you have so many different little channels that like, I'm just doing YouTube. There's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's Facebook. Like I almost am like thinking like I could just keep doing YouTube, which I will. But it's like at a certain point, maybe in 2-3 months, I need to start looking at other channels.
Yeah, I mean, what's great about organic is when you can actually pull it off. It's just, I mean, it's all profit.
I know.
And it's nice. I would say it's nice. Like something for me, like I've done YouTube for a long time, and I do business owners, and I'm going to stick with it. All that it's been great, et cetera. But sometimes like the videos don't do quite as well, and you feel like you're not getting, I mean, this isn't just me, this is everyone, but what sucks is when you do videos and you don't feel like you're getting a lot out of it. It must be a great feeling when you post a video and you see the views go up and you see the trials come in, and it just like gives you that reinforcement, like keep going. So that's cool, because I know, there's a lot of YouTubers out there who like, they have a very opposite experience.
Yeah. Wait, I just have a quick question. I've seen you have a really big Instagram. Sure. I'm just curious. Is Instagram your main thing? Cause I was like, dude, this Instagram is fucking huge.
So yeah, full transparency.
Cause my Instagram is, I don't do anything.
Right. So full transparency, I've been in the space for 8 years. And so
a lot of time,
Instagram's great. Yeah, so it's partially that, but also it's like there was years in the past where shout outs and stuff like that were very effective. So a shout out would be, hey, follow Tanner Chittister, da-da-da. We get a ton of people. I remember one time like we spent $10K on shout outs. We made $270,000. Like it was crazy. But
you can really do that?
Yeah, but over the years they're not as effective.
How did I miss that?
So right, if you did that now, they just don't work as well now. And sometimes like that's been interesting for me because I was so used, I would say like the first 5 years of business, everything I did worked, everything. And then I started seeing things not work and you think it's you, but you're like, oh, the economy's changing. Oh, people don't like click on this as much anymore. There's less trust, etc. So that has just been a main channel for me, mostly because like you can DM and that's just, it's easier. I would guess it was easier to grow because you could do that. On YouTube, you can't really do that. You can do collaborations with people and that definitely helps.
I didn't think about it, yeah.
But yeah, on YouTube, it's like if you think about it, there's no way to like even, I'd quote unquote cheat the system. So like Instagram, you can do shout outs. Facebook, you could do that, etc. You can even run ads to just grow your following. Like you can do follow ads. YouTube, you kind of can, but they don't work that well. And so YouTube is really pretty much all organic. So if you see someone with a big YouTube, there is no way to like quote unquote cheat it versus on Instagram. I'm not saying you're cheating. It's not like it's fake followers, but it's like if you Kim Kardashian says follow this guy, that's not like, oh, his content's so good. It's like Kim Kardashian posted you. Yeah. And so to answer your question, yeah, it's just I've been doing it for a long time and we've also used some paid strategies. And like I want to get a bigger YouTube.
Would you recommend Instagram though? Someone that's had, I mean, I just don't know. Like I'm speaking out.
It's not going to hurt you, but if someone came to me and said, gun to the head, YouTube or Instagram, YouTube 100%. Like what you're doing is 100% correct because they watch videos. There's more trust. So they're better customers. They buy more usually, and the videos last forever. You know how Instagram works. You post and then, it's down and buried in your feed. So do I think that's a way for you to diversify? Of course, because if you're pumping out, I don't know, like let's say you're doing 6 videos a week and then like you can't do more output or like you don't want to. Well, yeah, then one way to diversify the business and grow more is to have different lead channels, and that could be one for you. But like to say that's better than YouTube, absolutely not. Like I think short form is never going to beat long form. I always will, and I'll see that translate too. So like hypothetically, if you started going hard on Instagram, I usually will see YouTube like followings transfer very well, but you don't see Instagram transfer to YouTube very well because it's not the same. It's not dollar for dollar. So
that's what I was thinking of doing. That's good to know. Yeah, I was like, send them over there.
Yeah, you can 100% because you're just like, hey guys, by the way, I have this Instagram and where because if you look at Mr. Beast. To be frank, like he's a YouTuber, but his Instagram is crazy, bro. Right. And it's just because when people watch and your videos and they get to know, like, and trust you, I think a lot of your social media channels start to blow up. So yeah, you could definitely do it, but I wouldn't say, oh, you missed out. Like if anything, YouTube, even in my opinion, like now I'm still trying to grow mine. And get it big, like it's got 30,000 subs. I want to blow that thing up because it's like those are better buyers or better customers. They trust you more. Like everything in between.
If
like,
you joined the high level affiliate program, it would be the end of all things. It would be the end of all. Actually, don't do it.
We've had the agency. We got like the Platinum Award yesterday too.
Hell yeah.
But we have not done the affiliate part. We just do our own agency. But I would agree with you on that standpoint because like selling the agency. Even if you did that, right? Well, number one, it's a pain in the ass, but number two, there's not a lot of people who can do it. The affiliate, pretty much anybody can do, and I think that's one of your advantages.
You're
for
also
sure.
a content marketer,
yeah.
And I was never a content marketer. That was my thing, but now I'm learning that, so that's kind of like
Well, no, I mean, and I'll say this to most people. I've been a paid ads guy most of my career, and that's how I've been successful. But if you can figure out organic. I mean, that's where the real money comes from because like, for example, if you're spending, let's say, I don't know, you spend on ads a month, let's say you spend $100,000 and you make 300. I mean, you're already at 200 plus the team expenses. Maybe you're at 150, but if you're doing organic, it's like you make 300, you pay your team, you take home 250. Like you're taking home huge amounts of money. And that's actually why I think some of the richest people, I mean, yes, there's content creators, but like I heard a podcast yesterday with Logan Paul and Hermosi. And dude, Logan Paul doesn't know anything about business. I mean, he's super successful, so I don't want to knock.
I wanted to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
Super got rich, super successful, so not knocking the guy. But just listening to him talk to Alex, I'm like, bro, he doesn't know a thing about business. Like he's the guy who like he pushes the content and operators come in. But which that can work. But the guys who I see get really rich, like if they're in the business space or business and they understand business at a high level, and then they blow up their following.
Like Hermosi.
Oh, dude, like he's gonna like we'll see when he dies. But if he keeps the trajectory he's on, I think he'll be worth at least like $100 billion. At least. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because he's just a freak.
That's
and he's just a freak. And then like when you give free traffic to a marketer, like imagine like, you come to me, hey Tanner, here's 100 million views for free. 100 million views would cost me millions in ad spend, millions. So it's like, I get that for free, and then I can call all the leads and email them and text them. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. But I guess what I'm trying to say to you is, like, if you're a business guy, which you are, and you grow on YouTube and you blow that up, I mean, that's a cheat code to wealth, because most people are paying for ads, and those are the business owners. They understand business, but they don't get a lot of free traffic. A lot of content creators, they don't understand business. So, like, they get all these views, but they're just they don't know how to monetize
so
it.
Interesting that you say that, because so many of the people that I'm beating right now are that exactly. Right. They never had agencies. They never did the thing
so
that I
just
did.
Pushing, like, they know content, but they don't understand the business. They don't understand funnels. They don't understand teaching. Like, they don't understand even, like, basic marketing that you do. And like, to us, it's easy. But for the average person, it's wild to me. Like, even when I was listening to that podcast, don't get me wrong, like, he's successful, but I'm like, dude, like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know anything. And that's just the world I grew up in. I grew up in the business world, and I'm kind of trying to go towards content, which I think is pretty normal in our space. A lot of content creators are trying to learn business, but I think learning business is actually better in the, like, long run, because, like, content, I mean, it's not easy, but I think it's safer bet to be an operator, because it gives you more opportunities than versus just being a content creator. That's just my opinion, because, like, I can run someone else's company. Like, for example, Logan Paul, like, there's people who run his companies and they make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
They
let Logan do his thing. But Logan, if he had to do his, like, run his businesses on his own, I don't get the vibe that he could really do it. And he's been super successful, of course, but, like,
Disney kid.
Yeah, but you have to be a top level creator to pull that off. Otherwise, you could be like a really good business owner with no following at all, and you can still pull it off in a lot of different ways. So, anyways, neither here nor there. But, like, I guess going back to your question, YouTube, like, blowing up YouTube is 100% what I would go with, and I think you did it the right way. You could add in Instagram, but
it's just secondary. Okay.
Yeah. Like, if I in order of, like, most important, I would do YouTube, Instagram, probably then, like, I don't know, Facebook or TikTok, whatever, and then whatever is after that is secondary. Like, I think number one is YouTube, and this is a guy who, like, makes most of his money off Instagram right now.
Yeah,
right?
That's big. That's big.
Yeah, so I still think you did it right. Okay, so if an agency or business is stuck, right? So maybe one of your clients, they're watching your videos, they're stuck. What's your go-to move? Do you usually break them out? Or maybe, like, you could say, here's a typical problem and here's what I do to fix it.
So you're saying, like, well, if they have questions? Or
no, so if an agency or business is stuck that you're helping, right? So, like, obviously what you teach is, like, hey, build an agency, sell this, brick and mortar businesses, find them. And they're stuck, meaning, like, they can't scale, they can't grow. What's, like, the typical problem they have? And then what do you do to get them unstuck?
Really, really interesting, because this is one thing that I know that I think only 2 other people on YouTube, and I'm going to name them in this space, have, is that, and this is something a lot of people don't know about me, but A, I had the agency. B, I also own a hair salon.
Interesting.
Physical in
Bro, I would
Virginia.
never guess you own a hair salon.
Well, I don't usually tell people. But here's what's so fascinating about this. And me and my friend talk about this a lot, because there's 2 different legs to scaling a service business. Number one, the digital. That's the ads, the SEO, the digital marketing. But the other is in the trenches, which is the culture of the company. Hiring, okay? Are the people trained properly? Are there incentive system? It's the shit that's not, it's digital, but it's not really. It's stuff that has to happen in the trench. And I've noticed that with a lot of businesses, it's things that you can't, like, magic market away. It's other things. Like, for example, law firms, it was like, they have a lot of leads. They need more lawyers that are trained, that are incentivized. Like, it's this whole other ballgame. Same with hairstyles. Like, you need to have people on the floor in the salon that are really good at what they do, but also they need to be able to listen properly. They need to be able to carry conversations. They need to get people coming. Like, there's this whole other side that happens with scaling. So to answer your question, I know I kind of went to the side for a sec, is that when business owners come with me to problems, which most of the time it's either a supply or demand issue, it comes down to one of those 2 things. The 2 that I just said, where it's either a in the trenches cultural issue, or it's a marketing leads issue.
Interesting, yeah.
And when you solve both those, you basically just keep solving each problem. You scale them to the moon. It's crazy. Like, people think it's like a cheat code.
I usually will find that with beginner businesses, it's usually marketing, right? And then maybe more experienced businesses, like, they're doing a little bit more revenue, it's a fulfillment issue, like you said, culture. Like, would you agree with that? And I think usually it's marketing, like, let's say it's 80-20. And the only reason I say that is because most beginners, like, they can't get leads and they can't make sales. So they can't even get to the fulfillment problem because they can't even fill their store or like their agency or whatever they're trying to do. Would you agree, or like?
Yeah, I would. It's usually what it starts with. Most of the time, people just need more leads. But then from there, they need more people to do it that are qualified.
Right.
What you see with land clearing or landscaping companies all the time is they have leads. They just don't have people to do the work.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That are good because everyone's like lazy.
Yeah, and at scale, you know, it was hard for me to understand. But past, I would say 100,000 a month was for me. I just realized like there's too many calls, there's too many clients, there's too much stuff. Like you can't do it all, and so that's why who you hire matters so much, because that person at that point has to do the work for you. And if their work is inferior to yours by a large degree, that starts to affect your business at scale. That's at least from my experience.
Definitely, 100%.
Okay, so obviously you do a lot of content. Do you have a process for that? Like, do you do it all yourself, or do you have like a person who scripts it out or gives you bullet points, or they go find videos? Like, how does that look in your business?
So I have a whole team that edits, posts, responds to comments. They do the whole basic stuff. But as of right now, I still do the scripting of my videos. And I've thought about outsourcing this, but one of the things is like there's levels and little nuances, and maybe in the future I can do this with AI and maybe train my employees to do this. But there's like little things that I'll say and go over where it's like, oh, with this, you know, this AI chatbot for a reoccurring business, you need it. Like it's these little things that I add in that I think help a lot of people because it's what I see in the comments. That for right now, it's like I'm still attached to that, but I think in the near future I will need to have someone script. But it's like, it's that little part that I see, the little nuances that I give is what I think makes the videos much better. Because a lot of people, when we get comments all the time and people coming from other affiliates being like, dude, this is the only YouTube channel in the whole space that goes this. Because people usually expect people to know things. Where me, it's like I expect everyone to be, you know, an idiot.
Right, which is the right way.
Which I think it works, yeah.
Yeah, do you have someone on the team who comes up with the video ideas? They're like, hey, like these are top topics right now, maybe you should do that, or do you do that as well?
I do, but they say, hey, this video performed well, this video performed well, we should do more. So they give me actual data feedback, like according at this time is better to post, you know, this AI video does better, but I'm the one who usually just goes in and gets it.
So, you know, outside of wearing your robe, do you have any like daily habits or things you do that are like kind of must-dos? And you may not. Some people are like, yo, like I really don't. But I just think people get curious about who you are and like, is there anything specific you do that makes you successful or like not really?
Yeah, I think a big thing is stress management. I like to exercise. I boxed for a long time. I've had a couple amateur MMA fights. You guys can watch them on YouTube. I've done a lot of stuff. I like jiu-jitsu. I do a lot of stuff, partially because I think like, you know, your health is everything, but also like if you are, how do I say it? I think if you are living a life that requires a lot of work, you're naturally going to get stressed. And I think if you don't have a way to get rid of that, which is either living healthy or numbing yourself with drugs, alcohol, porn, etc. You go down either path, but you're going to do one or the other. No one doesn't do anything. Everyone has their vice, or everyone has like the, let me, you know, get stronger from this.
Sure.
So for me, yeah, like I'm not as much into fitness as I used to be, but I still box a lot. It's really interesting. I don't go to the gym as much, but I box a lot. Which is weird. Like I used to be like, oh, let's go to the gym a lot, but now it's like I go and I spar a lot. So it's like, it's a weird, like, I guess it is gym.
Boxing's good though, I would say, because you burn a lot of calories. Like any type of fighting sport, you know, like you could say martial arts or jiu-jitsu, like you said earlier, or boxing, it takes a lot more energy than people think. It does. I remember when I finished playing collegiate football, I went to MMA gym and I was like, all right, I'm going to like try to destroy this. And I was really athletic and like, I think I could have done something, but the training was so intense the first day. I'm like, dude,
it'll burn you.
Yeah,
you'll get more stressed.
Yeah, I was like, look, I'm not trying to go from 10 years of football and, you know, playing Division I. And then like, I just realized the first time, I mean, they were like, oh, we'll do these 5-minute rounds. And like, I was going crazy and the coach was like, yo, bro, hey, you're going to want to pace yourself. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And like, you know, 2 minutes in, you start realizing, well, yo, 5 minutes is a long time.
You gas.
You get gas, right? And I just started to realize like, you know, for me, I just like, hey, I don't love this enough to like pursue it that heavy. But a lot of people who haven't fought before or done any type of combat sports, I don't think they realize like how much energy you actually burn because like you can't relax at all. It's not like, you know, walking on a treadmill or stairmaster. Like, you have to be like full focus. And anyways, so I think that's actually a great way to like de-stress because by the time you're done, go ahead.
No, finish.
Well, by the time you're done, it's just, you're so exhausted. That's where the stress goes. Like you're just exhausted, so you can't be stressed because you don't have any energy
That's
left.
what I tell so many people, especially I see like, I mean, I'm not to go down a rabbit hole, but like, just like with the state of young men in the world, at least in America, and like, you know, school shooters and all these crazy people, like, especially for guys, like, naturally, if you're young and you have relatively high test levels, there's going to be anger and aggression. It's not bad. It's a normal thing. And so many guys just sit on the couch. And you need to have some sort of outlet Or if you add that to stress, you just get angry all the time and you don't let it out. And then you're just miserable and then you harm other people. And I think that's how a lot of bad people are. If you go to the gym or have that healthy, like, let me release this tension energy, I think it works wonders, and not the other route, which is numbing yourself, because that just destroys people.
Yeah. So outside of making money, obviously, is there anything that really pushes you? Like, is there any beliefs you have where you're just, I believe this, I believe that like kind of has put you down this path? Or did it strictly just start from like a scarcity of money and that's really it?
Yeah, I really firmly believe, it's kind of going, not to be spiritual, but I firmly, like 100% believe in free will. I don't think anything happens by chance. I know a lot of people like to think that they're, God's this guy that goes in and, move this, move that. It's kind of like this weird, like, pie in the sky type thing. I really believe that anyone can do anything. I mean, there was a guy just at high level, you saw that, Nick. Yeah. Guy's got no arms, one leg.
Yeah.
What I mean, but he's like, you see these things that are like, where you got these other people, cousins, friends, family, where they just give up on life because, it's so hard. But it's like, I believe that like ultimately you can do anything. And I think it is our duty to live a good life is to live a hard life. And the only way to do that is to go after whatever you want. And it will change. People are like, this is what I want. It's going to change. And for me, it's like right now is making money, not doing bad stuff. That's what I'm going to do. And when I have kids, I'll do that. But there's phases. It's not like I'm just going to be this one thing forever. And I think that's where people get pigeonholed, where it's like, oh, I'm just going to do that. But it's like, to be a human is to change and to evolve.
Yeah, it's like when people set a 5-year plan, like I even look at the last 8 years of my life, I don't think I had any of this plan.
Exactly.
But what's interesting is when you work hard and I think you keep putting yourself out there and you find success, like you get more opportunities. In fact, I would say even how I got here, I started in fitness and that did really well. So I had trainers come to me and that did really well. And then I had more people come to me. And like, so that's led to all these opportunities that like, I didn't in my head, like, oh yeah, cause I'll be a trainer. And then like, I didn't think of that. And so I think to your point,
you're like literally Hermosi.
Yeah.
That's like so weird. The parallels.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't agree. So like, Hermosi was more like the in-person gym and I was kind of more the online fitness guy. And that's actually how we met. It's, he was trying to meet me and I thought he was trying to get me to sell his shit. So I kept saying no.
Bro, little did you know.
Yeah. And then like, it's ironic. It's how hilarious to think of now. But then eventually we got put in like a group chat and he hit me up again. I was like, I better do it. It's going to be awkward. And, we talked and it was fine. And like, we've been kind of friends ever since.
I gotta ask you, what's he like? Like, he seems like a very almost like borderline autistic person in a good way. Not bad, but he just is like so, which I like. That's my part I like about him most is like that just relentless drive. I think a lot of people don't like that. I love that, but it seems like socially be a little weird.
So he's probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. Just the way he thinks. And like he'll take really complex things, obviously, and he's really good at breaking them down. Yeah. He's really philosophical. Like he just will take like certain things in his life that happen, and then he'll break it down into these like bite-sized concepts. You're like, dude, how did you even think of that? And the concepts make sense. It's just like for example, I don't know, like you're out one day and you drop your ice cream on the ground, and somehow he will try to tie that back to some like crazy thing, but he actually does it in a way where like, yo, that actually makes sense. So he's really smart. He obviously works really hard. He's really funny. People don't know this, but like when it's just you and the boys, he says like some pretty funny stuff. He has very kind of dry sense of humor. Yeah. So he'll say some weird. Yeah. But you wouldn't picture that, right? You wouldn't,
not at all.
He's actually pretty funny. He has a dry sense of humor. And then I say the last thing is just he really he just really is who he is, right? So like what you see is what you get. And I think that's what I like about him. And that's actually a lot of the guys I respect is I don't always agree with how they're living per se, but like that's who he is. Like he's kind of like this lumberjack looking guy who loves the gym and he just wants to work. And I think, in fact, like what I tell him, if anything, is I'm like, bro, hey, you should show more of your personal life on social media because he's so business focused, which is great. Like I'm pretty business focused too, but like people don't get to see that side of him. And so I think a lot of times, if anything, people might, come to assumptions like, oh, he's kind of a robot or he doesn't want to have fun. He doesn't, but he actually in person, he's a pretty fun guy. Now he doesn't like doing as many activities, I'd say, as like the average human. So like, I sometimes will make comments to people. I'm like, I'm 90-10, right? He's 100-0, meaning I like to have fun, but not a ton. Like I do enjoy myself, but I still work pretty hard. But I would say like, that's probably the only thing that would quote unquote seem different is he really just enjoys work and he likes working a lot. and he's not going to take as many breaks and stuff as most people. But like, if you get to know him, like if you actually have that relationship, like he's actually super funny.
That's
and
so
he's
weird. I would have never thought.
Yeah,
that.
but he'll say some stuff sometimes that's really funny. So he's kind of like, I don't know, you call you like your big brother complex, and he'll say some stuff, and you're like, dude, what? And but it's really funny. And then he says it with a straight face because it's dry humor, and you're like, are you joking though? And then like he'll let you know. But yeah, he's a good dude, and he's really smart. And Layla is probably one of the smartest women I've ever met. Not like she's smarter than most men, to be quite fair, but like she's probably top 1 or 2. She's extremely intelligent, and I don't know if that's part of their background or their childhood, or just like the fact they've pushed so hard and learned a lot. But they're very intelligent and they're very hardworking. So like, yeah, he's cool.
Wow, cool. I would have never thought. Yeah, funny.
He's a good guy, man. And I think like if anything, if like I didn't know him, I'd probably just think, like I probably what other people say, it's like, dude, is all he care about is business and stuff, and he does to a large degree. But like if you get to know him, he says stuff just like everyone else, but it's obviously like he probably doesn't just put that out in public. But I actually will push him sometimes, like, hey, like you should post more of your personal life and like some of those things, because it'll be more relatable. And like, I don't know, I guess he's working on it. So, but he's a good dude, man. So before we wrap, we'll go into a lightning round. I just want to ask you, is there anything I should have asked you that I didn't, that you think would be helpful for the listeners? And if you don't know, that's fine. But if there's anything you're like, man, you should ask this, or like, maybe I could share something of this that would be of value. Like, is there anything that I left out?
No, you actually did a really good job. You asked a lot more than I thought, so you pretty much covered it. No, it's good. Cool. You came prepared. I like that. I'm trying to think if there is. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. That's what I like to hear, actually. So we're going to a little bit of a lightning round. You can go in depth, but I'll just ask you the question and I won't respond to it. We'll just keep going. So one automation tool you can't live without.
Ooh. Email follow-ups. Sequences, but.
Best book or resource you revisit often, or even just read in general.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm trying to go quick. Probably How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah, that book is like has solved so many of my problems. It's a good one.
Most underrated skill in the AI world or automation?
I'd say AI voice agents. Not enough people use them.
And finally, one truth about automation nobody wants to admit.
It's usually better than humans.
Yeah, that is definitely something I don't think people are ready to admit, but it's coming. So for people, if they want to find you or work with you, they want to check out your YouTube, become an affiliate. I mean, you got a bunch of stuff. Like, where can they find you?
GHL Wizard on YouTube. That's all they got to type in. Just type in GHL Wizard or go high level. My videos will pop up. And the cool thing too is we have, when you sign up, an entire free community. Okay, you get 6 live coaching calls with real agency owners. No one else in the space has this. We have more snapshots than anyone. We got a community ask questions. We have AI prompts, sales scripts, like literally everything you could possibly need. And it's all free when you sign up.
Nice. Well, dude, I love that you're leaning into that branding. I love that. And good luck with everything. Thanks for coming on the show.
Of course, man. I want to say appreciate it again. I know you're a busy guy. I appreciate you doing it, man.
All right.